I need to fit all of this in here and still have room for storage and a bed and cabinets and lots of other stuff. See how this goes. All right, so what is all this stuff? First we have two 280 amp hour lithium ion batteries. So that's gonna be a total, wired up in parallel, that's gonna be a total of 560 amp hours. I do plan on putting a 12 volt air conditioner on eventually, so I needed the extra power to run that. And this guy, this is a 3000 watt sine wave inverter charger. So this is gonna allow us to run small appliances, probably an air fryer or a little cooktop, something like that. A little bit overkill, but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it once, put the right stuff in, get it all done. So that will also, when plugged into shore power, that will also charge the batteries. On top of that, we have our solar charger. This is their Lynx. This is gonna be the smart distribution box that's gonna take all the DC power from the batteries and send it out to all the places it needs to be. And also attached to the monitor, which will keep tabs on what is going on. Here it is. There's our monitor system. Let's see, this one is a display to tell us what is running in the system, whether we're on inverter, whether we're on main power, battery power. And then we have two 30 amp DC-DC chargers. That's gonna take power from the truck itself. With the dual alternators, we have 500 amps of charging power from the engine, plus the van already has dual batteries, so it's probably never gonna have any trouble using that. I think I can put up to like 300 amps of charging in there if I want to, but that should be good for now. Moving over here, this side is all gonna be our water system. I've got a 20-gallon tank that's gonna go over the wheel well, a pump, accumulator, strainer, all that good stuff. This is a water heater slash furnace. It's a 2.8 gallon tank, so that's gonna add a little bit more fresh water to the system. Plus it runs off the gasoline, so it'll tag into the main tank on the van. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's got 4 air ducts coming out of it, so it can act as a furnace on its own. It can act as a water heater on its own. It'll also run off electricity, so if we're plugged into shore power and I don't want to burn my gas, I think it's only about half as much BTUs doing it that way, but at least it's another option in case we're in a spot where we don't want to run out of fuel or use up our fuel when we could just be, using the electricity at the campsite or whatever. So that, and this is the ARB twin compressor, air compressor for airing up our tires when we come off the trail. I'm not 100% sure that this is gonna end up in the back with all the electrical stuff, but that seems like the best place for it at this point. So I'm gonna spend some time probably moving some stuff around and staring at it for a while and see what kind of layout I can come up with, and then we'll go from there, start building stuff. All right, after a little over 2 days of actually setting things in here, moving them around, staring at them for a little while, figuring out why that won't work, moving it again, figuring out why that doesn't work. Finally, a lot of compromises have been made, but I think I've got most of this figured out. Having said that, we'll go ahead and I think I'm gonna bring this bulkhead across the front, figure out exactly where that's gonna be, and start trying to get all this, all the electrical laid out. All right, most of the DC side of the batteries, chargers, inverters, all that good stuff's hooked up. It was a bit of a battle. The 4-aught wire is not the nicest thing to work with. Let me show you what I got going on here. So we've got our Orion chargers. These two aren't connected to the truck yet, but these are going to be coming off our alternator. So I'll have one wire coming back. I'm going to put a splitter down here and connect both of these up. They are tied in over here to an 80 amp fuse. I'm waiting on a 40 amp fuse to come in for that. That is for the solar charger over here. That's a 30 amp charger. Once I get the solar panels up on the roof, I'll put a circuit breaker in here, loop that in. That can all get connected over here to the Lynx distributor. This guy is going to be our main power going up to our load panel that is not in there yet. And this is our main power coming into the inverter. That's got a 400 amp fuse. We've got another 400 amp fuse going in here, and then this will be the shut off to isolate the batteries. All right, here we go, moment of truth. We have lights. Look at that. So got everything wired up down here. Our DC-DC chargers are wired up to the front. So those will kick on when the truck's running. Got our batteries are all woke up, everything's working there. The inverter has worked. I tested the 110 power in the box, so the inverter is inverting. So yeah, I'm gonna start wiring up some more switches, get all this taken care of, button up my wiring over here. It's good to have something working, finally. Been almost 2 weeks since I started putting this in here, so it's pretty cool. And my switch is upside down. So, got the plumbing done. The whole back end here is pretty much ready to start putting the panels on for the bed. I just wanted to show you all what was going on. I know I've kind of checked out here, but we had have a planned trip this weekend, and wanted to make sure I got it done, at least to a point where we could sleep in it. Got one more day before we go, so should be okay. I've got to get the bed panels on, get the mattress in, try to get some more insulation in these walls back here. Other than that, we're just going to throw a refrigerator in it and go see what happens. But yeah, here's what I got going on now. I've got the bed framing all painted up. I've got a breaker here for our shore power coming in. I've hooked up the air compressor so I can air the tires up when we get off the trail. I've got an outdoor shower here. This is my winterization loop, so when I'm ready to run antifreeze through here, through the water system, I can turn these to bypass, open the drain up. That'll let all the water out of the hot water tank and keep me from putting antifreeze back in the tank, which is corrosive to the tank. So on this side, we've got our water in, water back out. And right now I'm actually running a pressure test on the whole system. You can see I've been sitting at 45 pounds for about a half hour now, so feeling pretty confident about that. In here you can see it looks like a mess, but I've got everything I need in here. I still got to do some zip tie work here and there, but you've seen the whole electrical system already on this end. We've got our plumbing coming in. This, I don't know if you can see it, but all that fun stuff there is going to be the bypass loop. Down here I got the air compressor, put a gas detector down there just in case there's any fuel leaks from the gasoline hot water tank. We don't want to have the inverter kick on and go boom. Over on this side, we've got our water tank. It's a 20-gallon over-the-wheel well water tank. Got a pump, accumulator, and this is a pressure reduction valve just to make sure we don't over-pressurize the water tank. And then up front here, got our lights in, got our water heater controller, our battery monitor system, and this is the controller for the Victron charger inverter. And then over here we've got some 110 outlets and some USB outlets. I think after 6 weeks, I'm this close to actually being able to sleep in this thing. So that's where we are right now, and stay tuned. Well, there's more to come, and hopefully soon we'll be showing you our next adventure in the van. So stay tuned for that. If you like what you're watching, please get down and hit that subscribe button for me. Every subscriber we get is appreciated. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.